right, I have your attention. What's up? Welcome back to another video, man. Today, I did see this video pop up on my feed. Apparently, Akaash Singh and his wife cleared up the air under the recent controversy of her being exposed and the things she says about their relationship and say about him and herself. Allegedly, she was popping pum back in college, and he claimed that she's a virgin when apparently she wasn't a virgin. So I don't know.
I saw one with you making out with the dog. And they were like, man, she'll kiss the dog and not Akaash.
That's true, yeah. I do, yeah. I never done just kiss them.
Doubling down. Oh my God.
Have you seen any memes or content that you guys thought were funny?
Aisha chicken curry.
That was
Yes, we got to go through the funniest one.
good. Objectively good.
Yeah.
I also like Aisha curry.
Yeah. Digging the hole again, just saying. Digging the hole.
If she had a body count, I would have been like, hey. Cut the. But because she doesn't, and I know how like innocent she actually is, it can be, not that I'm so secure, but with that joke, I'm like so secure.
Oh, I absolutely would feel insecure.
And I think stupidly, I was like, oh, it's an orgy, so it's all of us. It's not like talking.
Yeah, that is stupid.
Yeah.
All right, so the long-awaited Flagrant episode dropped where they finally dive into the Ghislaine files, which, of course, this episode didn't go how people wanted it to, because obviously...
This has nothing to do with the video, but my guy is talking like he is done with life.
They're just going to try to help do damage control. But even with them trying their best to help Ghislaine prove all the speculation wrong, she still, of course, couldn't help herself. Like, all you need to do is just let her talk, and she's going to make things worse and completely humiliate Akaash. So even though Schultz and the crew were trying to joke around and pretend like the internet's just taking everything out of context, they still proved everyone right. This was tough to watch. I mean, it's unbelievable how much she gaslights this guy. Like, he's clearly really uncomfortable with the stuff she does, but she never apologizes. She seems to have no shame about it, and she seems...
If you just analyze this picture, you can see his face versus hers. She over here laughing her ass off. Meanwhile, my guy is hurt. She don't give a single flying shit. And then his homies are laughing too, not even just ignoring his pain.
Seems to not understand how disrespectful it is towards Akaash. And Akaash and her pretend like she is so innocent and harmless. Everything she says is just ironic because it's not how she actually...
I just farted.
...is at all. That's what we're supposed to believe here. Like, they brought up her talking about how she's popping her pussy in college, and she claims that just meant she liked to dress up and dance, which sounds kind of ridiculous, but to her credit, they do find a definition on Urban Dictionary that says that. So I might consider giving her the benefit of the doubt here, if this were the only thing in question. You know, this is only one small thing on a giant...
Yeah, but what innocent girl just says popping pussy? She could have said, yeah, I used to just dress up and go and dance with guys. You don't have to say pop pussy. Like it just, that just gives a different connotation.
List. Like, also right after she said she was popping her pussy in college, she said she had a roster of guys, and somehow she didn't realize this sounded sexual. Like, what else are we supposed to make of that? And she responds to this, the allegation of her sleeping around in college, by talking about how her childhood was similar to a repressed Catholic schoolgirl, and then when she hit college, she felt free and realized she could do whatever she wants. And you could tell...
Bro, it's always the white guys like these. Like, these Asian women, they will always be with a white guy that looks like this. Always.
Akaash is sitting there like, please just say you meant something else.
And before you say she's Indian, India is a part of Asia, y'all. I mean, you could Google that. Matter of fact, I'll help you out. I'll Google it for you right now. Yep. Country in South Asia. Okay, India is a country in South Asia, if you didn't know that. Because I heard some people telling me that, oh, India's not in Asia. Indians aren't Asians. Technically, they are. They are in the continent Asia.
You're joking. That's all we need. But she always just has to make things more difficult for him. Also, it's crazy they pretend like she's just too naive and doesn't understand what she's saying. Because the real problem is, obviously, Akaash is too naive. You know, this is the only girl he's been with, probably the only serious relationship he's been in. And they started dating when he was 30. So she knows he's inexperienced, and she's definitely taking advantage of that. And hopefully behind the scenes, Schultz is more honest with Akaash about all this stuff. Like, even though he's trying to help them do damage control during this podcast, I think you could tell he knows this is pretty bad. Like, him and the Flagrant crew have seen all the videos, and they bring up most of it. Of course, they try to be as charitable as possible towards her. but there's only so much they could do.
Popping pussy.
Yeah.
Let's just get some definition.
Okay.
We're gonna any terms that you might need to know the actual meaning of. Alex is here to break it down.
I thought that it was just like dancing, getting dressed up, and maybe that was my mistake.
Yeah.
So I acknowledge that.
Look at this.
Big one.
Yeah, the act of getting dressed up, looking fun.
Is it true that you said that there was a rotation of guys?
A roster.
Roster.
Yeah, what does a roster mean
Okay,
to you?
What is look at Akash's face, bro. He's like, please don't say nothing to fuck this up for me. Please.
You guys have to understand, have you ever heard of the repressed Catholic schoolgirl?
Never.
Yes.
I was, you know. Okay. So I was
His Catholic school was in his living room. Imagine how repressed he was.
I was a repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
But
What does a roster mean?
so it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to and flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean
fucking.
hooking up, I just meant making out. Again, like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right. So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally.
So they somehow tried to spin this into her being a prude, but the only person she's a prude to is Akaash. Like, he needs to realize he'd be much happier with somebody who's actually attracted to him. Sadly, this lady is not. Like, they brought up how she's always dodging his kisses, which she claims she's never even realized she was doing, which is wild. I mean, at their proposal.
Yeah, I've seen her do it multiple times, multiple occasions, and she doesn't realize this. Is she like subconsciously dodging my guy's kisses? So even her subconscious is not attracted to my guy. Like her body is rejecting my guy.
She wouldn't even kiss him. So they bring this up, and every time they bring something up, they're always like, listen, I don't like that you treated Akaash this way. You know, this kind of pissed me off. But they're always like laughing and joking, so they never are really serious about it, which of course is annoying, but what did we really expect? Like, this is a tough situation, and at least they did address it. I mean, I know they pretty much had to, but there's no good way of handling this situation, especially publicly like this. And they wouldn't have needed to if his wife didn't make everything so public. You know, she's the one that decided to put all this out there, so they're like, you know what, we'll have her on, we'll let her explain herself. And I'm sure they knew she would just only make things worse.
The ducking the kisses. That was those are listen.
These ones pissed me off.
That I'm guilty of. I'm
These
guilty
ones
of
pissed
that.
me off, and I didn't like it one bit, and I need you to explain yourself immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We need to know.
Honestly, I
Also,
didn't,
can I just say that
Yeah.
I would watch the videos and I would die laughing. As a friend who loves him, I would die laughing because
No.
they edit it so perfectly where like he's going in and then it just right at the last minute. Always duck his kisses when there are not people around.
No, not when there aren't people around, just when there are people around. And I never even
That's
knew.
worse.
I never.
That is worse. That is worse.
I didn't
Explain
know.
yourself.
I didn't know that I
Tell
did
us
that.
why.
I didn't know that I did that, so I really sat and thought about it. So I think it's a few things. I think it's like,
He really sat and thought
yeah,
about it.
because I was like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed.
Y'all see that, man? Even the security in the background is laughing, man, because of how ridiculous it's sounding right now. So look at the security guard's face.
Really sat and thought about
It's over for my guy Kakashi.
Like, okay, maybe it's like the repressed Indian girl thing where it's like I get a little bashful. I do get a little shy, despite what the internet thinks.
Most Indians do. I'm the exception.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
give a
I
fuck.
also get overstimulated because Akaash does it a lot. Like every 30 seconds. Like a little bit.
I get it now, just leave. I get it.
That's why I grabbed your chin so you couldn't.
I didn't move my face though. I wasn't gonna let him.
And Schultz seriously had a better reaction to Akaash trying to kiss him than Jasleen has when Akaash tries to kiss her. And no lies, Schultz is so much more affectionate towards Akaash than Akaash's own wife is. I mean, it's insane what's going on here.
Damn, that's-
Also, she's shy about being affectionate towards her husband in public, but she'll try to hit on and hook up with her co-host husband and talk about his dick right in front of Akaash.
Yeah, that don't make sense. That don't add up, man.
Like, they bring that up, and they're
That's
like, what
so
the hell is
bad.
that? Of course, they have to joke about it and try to downplay it a little bit, but you could tell they're disturbed by it. But she somehow finds a way to blame it on Akaash. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's just beating this man into submission.
How's she
Like,
gonna
she
blame
responds
him?
by talking about how this is just her sense of humor after hanging around Akaash for a while. And she says that's just like how she makes jokes. And then she says Akaash basically started the orgy joke. So this guy's so cucked. His wife tried to hook up with another guy. Then when she got called out, she blames it on him. It's incredible. Like, she has to be the greatest gaslighter of all time. I mean, Akaash looks so uncomfortable during all this. Like, he tries to crack some jokes, but you could tell he's absolutely dying inside. And she tries to act like this is just how they joke around. They make sexual jokes about other people, I guess. And Akaash just finds it funny and playful, even though clearly he is not okay with it. You know, they start joking about it here, like how his wife was talking about the other guy's dick. And Akaash does not seem amused by it.
You guys have like idiosyncrasies that are kind of different from a lot of couples.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Apparently.
bro, the orgy thing was fucking... That shit was crazy. I even watched it and I was like, so break us down.
I need an explanation.
Has the orgy happened?
So, okay, no, it hasn't.
Okay.
No, I still only fucked one woman.
That's what I thought was... Now, would you have let him get some side in this hypothetical
Yeah,
orgy?
of course. Everyone should be included.
Nah, but Akaash wants the dude.
The dude.
Yeah. You think he can handle all 10 inches of nab? You think you can take nab down?
Yeah, Akaash, he did not like that comment, man. He pretty much calling him gay. He did not like that one bit.
Shout out Nav, bro.
Yes.
Shout out Nav, you fucking homewrecker. Okay, what the fuck was that joke? Because I think for a lot of people,
I
myself...
can just feel the awkwardness in this room right now. It just, the energy is just so awkward right now, so uncomfortable.
included. Like, I saw that and I was like, why would she even joke around about that?
Yeah.
With Akaash there, and like, what was the what was the backstory to
now,
that?
looking back, like it's been pointed out to me, and I get that. I feel like for us, I think I learned so much of my humor from Akaash, not to like justify it, but just to explain like, oh, if I say these absurd things, it's so funny because it's not who I actually am.
Right.
But I kind of forgot that like the internet doesn't know all these multi-dimensions of my personality. So they're
Right.
just seeing this one thing.
Right.
So the orgy joke started with like Akaash being like, oh, Nav's really hot. Like Akaash would show Nav's picture to his trainer or whatever.
this
Cause
guy.
he's like really
Hot
like,
pod.
So then Akaash starts coping and he's like, listen, I'd be insecure about this if she had been with people before me, but, you know, she was a virgin, so I trust her. But Schultz is like, no, I'd definitely be insecure about that. And I don't think Schultz believes she's a virgin either. I mean, I don't think anybody really does,
Yeah, I don't believe she was an actual virgin, bro. I don't believe she was a virgin.
except for Akaash, you know, because he's just in too deep. He needs to believe that story. Like, that's the only way he can really defend her. He just acts like she's so innocent and pure that she would never actually do anything. So this is some sinister shit going on. Like, she has him so brainwashed.
whatever.
I will say also, if she had a body count, I would have been like, hey, cut that. But because she doesn't, and I know how like innocent she actually is.
Oh, you
it's
are a virgin?
absurd
That's
to me.
that's real?
I was
You
a
were a
virgin
virgin?
until I met him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't,
But then again, there's no way I can confirm that, so I guess I'm just gonna take it for word from her mouth. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think? Y'all think she was a virgin or not?
that body count thing, I'd have been like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Because I would have been insecure about it. But I can be, not that I'm so secure, but with that joke, I'm like so secure.
Oh,
in it
I
'cause know.
absolutely would feel insecure.
And I think
Yeah.
stupidly, I was like, oh, it's an orgy, so it's all of us. It's not like
Yeah,
talking.
that is stupid.
Yeah.
I say you're being inclusive. You're being
I
inclusive.
thought, I thought it
And she also seems to think the orgy comment wasn't that inappropriate because at least she included Akaash. So at least her husband can watch her have sex with someone else. I mean,
Yeah, bro. This is Akaash 22.
it can't get any worse than this. Also, she tries to be like, well, there's a double standard here because Akaash makes jokes about getting hand jobs from women. But then they're like, well, don't you tell him he can do that? And she's like, yeah, I tell him he can go to a rub and tug if he wants because it's less work for me. And the crew tries to make it seem like, oh, nice, good for Akaash. You know, we're jealous. But she clearly is just disgusted by Akaash. You know, she's also previously talked about how he smells down there.
No offense to the homeless people, but like, you know, when you get on the subway and there's like a homeless person sleeping and like everyone has to get out of that car?
Yeah.
That's what my husband's balls smell like. Oh my God, I hope he's not mad.
So she just wants nothing to do with him.
Oh, she said out loud in public on camera. Yeah, she does not like my guy.
You know, she'd rather have some random lady pleasing him. And Akaash, he's like, all right, this sounds good. But I'm sure he just wants to be with his wife. You know, he does not want this. I mean, he always talks
Akaash, wash your balls, my guy. You owe it to your wife to smell good as well. Like, wash your balls. Probably one of the reasons why she don't want to go, why she don't want to touch you, man.
about how his wife is the only person he's been with. He seems to be really proud of that. And I don't think he wants to be with anybody else, honestly. So I think his wife is trying to push this on him. And it seems like she's convinced him that a hand job is no big deal. It's emotionless. That's how he justifies it. because then also if this happens, you know for sure she's going to use this as justification to be with other guys.
How come you can have a joke about outsourcing hand jobs and blow jobs?
But aren't you cool with the hand jobs?
Yeah.
You're cool with him just getting a hand job massage?
Totally.
Are you
Yeah, I know.
Yes. I've said that it's less work for me.
I don't.
Can you talk to our wives?
I don't believe this. Can I tell you why I don't believe this?
Yes, like I think it would bother me like 30%, but I feel like 70% I'd be like, okay, whatever. I put you through a lot the past couple weeks.
like he deserves it?
I feel like I owe
do
it to
kinda
you.
deserve
I
it.
feel like I owe it to you.
I do
yeah.
kind of deserve it.
Yeah.
Yes.
My
Okay,
my
that's
justification
okay.
for the hand job is it's emotionless and it's a
Yeah.
it's
It's just like a little thing after a massage. Sure. Okay.
yeah, that's great. I mean,
It's
I'm on
fine.
board.
Yeah.
High five.
Fire.
I also like the fact that it's just less work for you.
Yeah.
And I know your day is full of work.
Fact, she don't be doing shit. What work? She just stay at home.
Okay, because I think that was
No kidding.
inappropriate and that was uncalled for. So will you go ahead and dismiss this and explain yourself on the
I
record?
do things.
All right.
And then she tries to come up with stuff she does around the house, and all she could think of is she takes care of the dog. But Akaash is like, well, also whenever I come home from the road, the apartment's always clean. And she's like, oh, I hire people to do that. And Akaash could be acting here, but he seems surprised by it. He's like, oh, really? You do that without telling me? And she's like, yeah. And his face completely changes. So it's hard to tell, you know, because the whole time they're laughing and joking. They're acting like everything's a joke. But Akaash clearly has a lot of problems here that should be addressed. And this seems like it might be possibly a rare moment where he realizes she broke his trust.
Look at his face, man. Oh my god. He thought she was cleaning the house. But she hiring people for that.
Because it sounds like he always thought she was cleaning the house and she never told him that she was hiring a cleaning crew. Like, he's even trying to give her credit here by making it seem like she cleans the house. And still, she's like, no, I don't do that.
She could have at least lied to save face on the camera and say, yeah, I clean the house. But nah, she just admits it. No, nah, I hire people for that.
You know, it's like she's just rubbing it in his face.
Do I not take care of Happy like he's my son?
Of course. And I go on the road. I come back. It's clean. I don't know if you hire somebody or if that's you, but every time I come back, it's clean.
I hire someone, yeah.
Really? Without me knowing? Now I feel betrayed. I thought you did something.
See, everyone's hiring people, you know?
And you never really get to hear how he feels, you know, because the whole time it's just her addressing things and them laughing about it and making jokes. And Akaash barely even got to talk. But towards the end, he finally did bring up something he was uncomfortable with. And of course, he just relies on everybody else to press her on it. Like, he just brings it up and they're like, all right, yeah, let's talk about this. It's the video where she's at a dermatologist and her bare ass is out and she's flirting with the doctor. She posted this to TikTok. And Akaash basically tells her,
This is why I have a hard time believing that she was a virgin. Because how's she so comfortable doing this?
he was uncomfortable with it here. But she's like, yeah, it was stupid. We make mistakes, whatever. Like, she does not seem very apologetic, even though her husband clearly is uncomfortable with it. And then she tries to justify it by explaining how it could inspire other women or something. Like, she just tries to think of anything she can. And then Schultz finally points out the hypocrisy and is like, don't you think it's kind of confusing that you say you're a prude and you're shy about all this stuff, yet you have your bare ass out in a video and you talk like this to other guys? And of course, she has no response. She just talks about how she's existing and being herself and all that bullshit. But then she tries to spin it around on them and she's like, well, I'm used to being around comedians and this is how comedians are and how they act and talk. So she again is trying to blame Akaash for this.
We gotta get it all out.
Yeah, we need to get it all out.
We need to purge this.
And I'm not gonna be happy till we figure it out.
Oh, the dermatologist video.
That one pissed me off. That was outrageous and completely uncalled for.
Yeah.
So tell us why you were showing your cheeks to the guy
Okay,
and
can
asking
I-
if he's single.
To a single Indian doctor.
Can I just give the
doctor.
whole lore? Okay,
Yes.
looking back, I get it. It was stupid. I was being stupid, okay? But we all make mistakes. But just to be
Good
fair.
point. Technically, we do.
Yeah, so what happened was I actually fell in Pilates class. I fell on my ass.
Yeah. You don't have the
but
cigarette
you're
lighter
comfortable
attached.
sharing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then there's other things you're not.
Because I also feel like this could help girls out. You know,
Yeah.
I'm on an SSRI, so sometimes you need like a little boost. So
Yes.
why not?
Yes, this is why I think that there's
get
confusion.
confused, yeah.
Because to feel comfortable talking about that, but then also not feel comfortable with certain
Yeah.
sexual things. That's where the brain
So
goes.
she would show her cheeks to a strange man. That's her doctor on camera, over kissing her husband around people. You know what I'm saying? That don't add up.
I have to make up something.
I don't know. It's hard for me. I mean, I just am existing. I'm not trying to like The only thing I try to do is just be myself on TikTok, but like 10 times extra.
Yeah.
And again, like not to justify,
We'll go down
but
to
I
2
feel
times.
like I've been with Akaash since I'm 22, and I feel like I've learned so much of my humor from him, my personality from watching you guys. I've hung out with so many comedians, so I'm like, oh, like be extreme, be funny, as long as your actions are a good person. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, I can say whatever I want.
Don't you blame
Obviously,
this
I
on
can't.
us.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so she's just trying to be a comedian this whole time. You know, she's joking
She's very good at like spinning the narrative and like gaslighting.
around. Akash is so screwed. He also says he encouraged her to spend his money because she was with him when he was broke. I mean, he always acts like he was homeless on the streets and had nothing going for him. But when they met, he was on MTV and making a couple $100,000 a year, which is obviously a good living to most people. Then he had one bad year, and now he acts like, man, I can't believe this girl stuck with me. It's incredible. Like, I had nothing going for me. I was a complete loser, but she believed in me. But even at his lowest point, he was on a really popular podcast with Schultz, who was blowing up at the time. So he clearly was going to get it back together. It's not like his career was over and there's nowhere for him to go. Also, they were together for years before this already. So if Akaash thought she would leave him because there's 1 year where he didn't make as much money, what does that say? And again, they even did have a giant fight and she left him at some point. So he just tries way too hard here, and he has no self-esteem. Like, he's just so down on himself, and he keeps making self-deprecating comments. He keeps saying he can't believe she stayed with him. He's like, why would she ever want to be with me? It makes no sense.
Yep.
You know, I understand why people think she's a gold digger because there's no reason she'd want to be with me. And
She's
Schultz and the
taking
crew
big
have to
advantage
keep
of
being
that.
like, dude, you're a great guy. Stop talking about yourself like that. And honestly, they probably wish they could say, you deserve better than her.
Yeah, my guy does not know his worth, and she knows this, and she's taking advantage of that.
Okay, he's got this beautiful girl.
Like, he's afraid to lose this one girl. Like, he could find a million other girls like her, but somehow he's convinced that he can't do any better. The guy's a popular comedian. He got things going for him. He's on a popular podcast.
Like buying bags, and that's what the thing
No,
is.
optically, it makes sense that she would be a gold digger. She's much hotter than me. She has
Yo,
nice
stop
things.
saying that. Yo, you're fine, bro.
Yo, you're the prize.
You're the
Akash.
prize,
You're the
man.
prize.
I look decent with a shirt on.
We didn't say that. You still want to stay with him.
Yeah, I mean,
Why?
Yeah.
I never actually asked why.
No, you know why, bro. Come on.
Oh, yeah,
You
right.
got that?
Right.
You
You got that muffin top.
Yeah, you got that loud. Yeah.
okay, the real answer.
What is loud? What is that?
His dick smells.
Oh, that dick. Yeah, because once you... Yo, Kurt.
So he just has no confidence or self-esteem, and he thinks there's no way he could ever do better than her. So he just has to put up with all her BS, and he has to spoil her. I mean, it's almost like he feels bad for her that she has to be with him. Like, that's how down bad this guy is. So once he started making money after that one bad year he had, he encouraged her to shop, and he said it's like therapy for her. And then she says some crazy shit. She basically acts like shopping is a good lesson for her because it shows her she can spend money without worrying about it. She seriously tries to say something like that. And then also Akaash talks about how emasculated he felt when he couldn't afford to buy his wife nice things. So think about how far gone this guy is. He says not being able to spend money on his wife is emasculating, but then never once says that about her, humiliating him daily, dodging his kisses, saying he smells, and hitting on other guys right in front of him. You know, he never says that's emasculating. He only says that about him not being able to spend money on her when she was making money. She said she had a job at the time.
This is what happens when you have no experience with women. The things that she did is way more emasculating than him not being able to buy her a purse. Yeah, it's good to provide for your girl, for your wife, but to be embarrassed the way he has been by her in public and on camera, yeah, that's devastating, man.
And he was basically in
Put your foot down, Akaash. Kakashi.
between jobs in a sense, but she still made him feel like complete garbage for not being able to pay for things. So that's why he feels the need to spoil her.
Faster than I did, but now I'm like, oh, that's my soulmate. So again, the jokes
she mind
don't bother me.
fucked him.
I know what's happening, and go buy.
He getting mind
I like
fucked.
encourage her to buy stuff early on because I
You gotta
remember.
cut that shit.
I know that may be, but early on, dude,
You gotta be real with your homie. Talk some sense into Kakashi.
you didn't go through this.
Chill out.
Being broke with your girl and not being able to buy her anything is so fucking emasculating that when we started making a little bit, we saved for years.
These guys.
Yeah, and when she was like, I don't know if we can afford this, I'm like, no, I promise we're safe. She was more anxious for a long time. I was like, no, this is like I think even therapeutic for you, for us. Like,
I
go
feel like,
spend
yeah,
that.
it would almost like teach me like a little bit of exposure therapy. I mean, now probably not, but like in
No,
the
definitely
beginning,
not.
yeah, it's probably like, oh, it teaches your brain like, okay, this is safe. I can do this activity, like just like how posting on TikTok was and like whatever else. But I mean, now.
And it sounds like before Akaash started making a lot of money, they would fight all the time. I mean, he says it was really toxic and he'd start hitting himself. So he started going to therapy soon after they started dating because he wanted to make things work. And he's like, yeah, but therapy didn't really start working until 2019, 2020. You know, conveniently around the same time, Flagrant blew up and he started making a shitload of money.
So we didn't have any tools. Our fights would get crazy. Like, I am very calm with her until I'm not. And then it's hard for me to cap the end.
0 to 100 in a second.
0 to 100.
0 to 0 for 10 days and then
0 to 0 for 10 days?
I never felt unsafe like I would hit her.
Sure.
But like, I like hit myself a couple of times like a fucking maniac. And like, that's not going to make you feel safe either.
No.
So it was a lot.
You know, comedians usually have a dark background because they develop jokes to, you know, compensate for, I guess, lack of self-esteem and dark times in their lives. Because I could tell he's probably been through some dark times, and his self-esteem isn't all the way there.
Of therapy. As soon as we got together, I'd been thinking about therapy for a while, and I realized I love this girl, and I don't even think I knew how much until therapy. But like, I was like, yeah, I love this girl.
You'll never see me get mad at somebody and then start hitting myself.
This girl I want to make it work with. I can't let this get in the way. So I started therapy 2016, I think, and then it didn't even really take hold. I feel like until like 2019, and then 2021, I felt in like whatever 2024, 2025. I'm feeling more and more like. It's just one of my therapists, a couples therapist we had, said all therapy is trying to get your emotions into words.
So I don't think therapy is helping this man at all. And I don't know if anything will. I think he's just accepted he's willing to be a pay pig cuck to be with this girl, which is going to be rough as a comedian. Like, no one ever lives down the cuck label. And this is one of the worst examples of it. Like, they can never criticize Will Smith or Steph Curry on this podcast ever again. Like, Akaash, he used to love calling people cucks for this exact behavior. So there's always going to be this elephant in the room. And I don't think his wife is going to stop here. You know, she might stop for a little, but she'll be back at it. Because what is Akaash going to do? The guy is totally spineless.
And also, she dumb because she knows if she ruins his image and career, that's less money for her to go buy her bags. So what is she doing? Does she secretly hate my guy?
And even after this podcast, his wife clearly doesn't think she did anything wrong. So she'll just continue to walk all over him. But let me know what you guys think. And I just posted a new video to Patreon about Tony Hinchcliffe Cope.
Yeah, what I think, he just needs to stand up for himself, man. Hopefully his homies on a flagrant podcast, well, hopefully they could talk some sense to him. Say, hey man, it's time for you to put your foot down. You are a millionaire. You are a good comedian. You're doing well for yourself. Learn to have self-respect and put your foot down. There's nothing wrong with having boundaries, because clearly some of this shit bothers him. Because trust me, in the long run, you want to be with someone that respects your boundaries, because if they don't, it's only going to get worse. To this mic.